This would be so good as tacos. Just get your shells and put this in, and your avocado and your fresh tomatoes and lettuce, and squeeze a lime on it, and man, what a great dinner. Fantastic. Today I'm making a vegan cauliflower taco meat crumble. It's so delicious, and I've made this a few different ways. Today's recipe is going to have cauliflower, mushrooms, and walnuts, but I've done it with sunflower seeds, so if you don't have any walnuts, you can do it like that. There's several different things you can substitute, but this is a fantastic way to make tacos because the cauliflower is really like a chameleon vegetable, and it takes on the flavor of anything. This is something you guys will be surprised about, so I'm really happy to do it. And I'm gonna make a second small batch that doesn't have the taco seasoning and keep it a little more simple, because after this I'm gonna make a chili, and I'm gonna use that for my chili. All right, let's get started. First thing you wanna do is you wanna rice your cauliflower. I did it already because it's messy. You just need to put your cauliflower into your food processor and just grind it up until it looks like this. And if you don't want to hassle with that, you can buy it already riced at the store. Okay, so we've got our cauliflower ready, so we're just going to put that in our bowl. And now we need to chop up the mushrooms and the walnuts, and we're going to do that in our food processor. But I'm going to do them one at a time. First, the mushrooms. You can use any kind of mushrooms, but firm mushrooms are better. I'm using the cremini mushrooms, but you can use baby portobellas. You can use the king oyster mushrooms. You can use shiitakes, but they're expensive. But these are perfect, just the button mushrooms, the white ones, or the cremini, which are the brown ones. They make a meaty-like texture. It's fine to have a little bit bigger pieces and some small, because that's how we make our crumble. This is an easy recipe, you guys. You just need your food processor and to lay out your ingredients, and you'll be ready to go. And now it's time to chop the walnuts. You just don't want walnut butter. Just add those to your bowl. And really, guys, you're almost done. That's how easy it is. Today, that's all I'm putting in there except for my spices. So mix this around. And you'll see there's some bigger cauliflower pieces like this, but I like it like that. Don't get too picky about it. First thing to add is your coconut aminos. The coconut aminos is one of the most important ingredients because it adds that beautiful flavor to it, but it also moistens the crumbles so that the spices will stick to it. Okay, and here we go. Smoked paprika. Oh my God, this stuff is amazing. So good. Chili powder. And this right here, I have cumin, onion powder, and garlic powder. Already, just look at the color of that. And I want to put in some salt, pepper, a little bit more chili powder, maybe all of it, but let's start with that. When you're making taco meat crumbles or tacos even out of mushrooms, whether you use only mushrooms or this mixture, most people don't add enough chili powder. It's the same when you make your chili, so make sure you add enough. This was probably 2 tablespoons in that little thing, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna add it all. But I always like to taste because, you know, that's how you build your flavor layers. Man, more chili powder. I'm gonna put all of that in there. You'll see when it cooks, it becomes much more rich in its flavor. That's looking good. Okay, in the oven it goes, 400 degrees. I'm gonna check it in 20 minutes and stir it around and then keep it going. So while that's in the oven, I'm gonna make it in a little different way. I'm gonna do one that doesn't have so much seasoning on it because I'm gonna use it in my chili, and my chili is full of seasonings. It's very aromatic with tons of the same spices. So that, I believe, would just make it too much. So I'm gonna do one that's much simpler, but you guys can change it up. I use this recipe and I do it with sage and thyme and marjoram, and then you can make it and it tastes more like sausage, and you can use it in your Thanksgiving stuff, and I even use it for my pasta sauce, and it's like a Bolognese sauce. So it's really great, and the walnuts in there give it that little bit of crunch because they break down and soften a bit, but they stay a little bit crunchy and chewy, and the mushrooms, and you guys won't believe this, so you should always have some of this on hand. So let's do the same thing. Mushrooms, we need to chop them. Walnuts. Okay, and with this batch, I'm just gonna add the coconut aminos, and then all I'm gonna do for spices on this is salt and pepper. Often I leave it like this because I can add my sage and stuff when I'm cooking it in my sauce or before I use it in my sauce. But today I know I'm gonna use this in my chili, so I'm gonna add a little bit of cumin because that's it. I have all the beautiful flavor and aromatic spices in my chili. So we're keeping it simple. Salt, pepper, a little bit of cumin. Okay, in the oven she goes. Time to do some dishes, and I'll be back when the crumble's ready. Doesn't this look like the real thing? But believe me, it's more delicious. Let's give this a taste because these are good to keep in your freezer or your fridge and use it with tacos or chili, but any recipe you want. If you season it like this, it's gonna be more Mexican flavored. Here we go. So nice. Wow, that's so good. Just like this, you could eat this. Mmm, that's so good. The texture's so good. And when you do it with a different seasoning, you can put it in your marinara sauce. It's fantastic. I add it in at the very end though. Don't cook it in there. Cook it like this and then stir it in at the end. Fantastic. And you guys, if you like this recipe, check out my Thanksgiving stuffing. That one's also a winner. Okay, see you next time. Thanks for subscribing.